thankfully, some traditional feminists are saying, hey, wait a minute, this is ridiculous. You're erasing women.
That leads us to the next one about gender being a choice. These things are interconnected.
Right. Exactly. So you mentioned, if God is dead, anything is permissible. If God is dead and and gender is not a gift, right? I mean, I'm a Christian and I believe gender is a gift from God. Mm-hmm. But if you're an atheist and you believe that, we just all evolved from nothing, created everything. And so, you may have been born with a certain genitalia, but you want to decide that you are the other gender. We're all on campus and even in the nation to a certain extent supposed to go along with this, accept it, embrace it, welcome it, celebrate it, call this person by their preferred pronouns at risk of possible termination or societal, rejection. Even lawsuits. I mean, we've got, the cake baker and, other Christian businesses that have been dragged through the courts because they refuse to go along with this lie that gender is a choice. And it starts right on the college campuses. I mean, we were reporting on this back in 2014, before people even realized what was going to happen or what was going on, when they started adding, 6 different options on college applications for gender. And then next thing Facebook found 67 more gender choices. But the point is, this is a trend that started on college campuses. Mm-hmm. Now, most all female colleges will accept biological males who identify as female. All of the women's, you want to talk about a safe space. What happened to female safe space in sports or in their dorms or in their bathrooms? I mean, this is a direct threat to those safe spaces. But in the name of, this cultural Marxism that we're seeing, we're all supposed to, embrace it. And thankfully, some traditional feminists are saying, hey, wait a minute, this is ridiculous. You're erasing women. So
right. People like J.K. Rowling, feminist, pro-gay, but just being taken to task by the new left because she stands up for feminism. There can't be feminism if there isn't such a thing as natural gender here.
Right. So basically, but the idea that you are your own God, you choose your own gender. Gender is a choice, and they embrace it on college campuses. They're celebrated, welcome. They have centers and programs and plays, and it's a real continuing trend that we're seeing. And anybody who stands against it is basically kind of attacked on Twitter, canceled, rejected, called all sorts of names. Again, the idea that we have free speech and we can discuss these issues in a civil discourse is quickly being eroded in this country, and especially, unfortunately, on college campuses.
Yeah, even I think Richard Dawkins recently was dethroned, if you will, because he came out against gender as a choice, asking, wouldn't it be similar to choosing your own race as well? So the Humanist Society took away the award they gave him 25 years ago. And then, of course, he went on the apology tour after that. And you never do that with this group because they don't care about that. There's no forgiveness. There's not even purgatory.
But there's a lot of evolutionary biologists on college campuses who are the most vocal against this idea that gender is a choice. I mean, the Brett Weinsteins and then Colin Wright, who is now an editor at Quillette, and some others that are saying, as tried and true evolutionary atheist biologists, but they're saying, no, look, that there's XX and XY chromosomes. This is part of how
listen to the science, right?
This is part of how humanity evolved. This is not based on actual factual scientists, and they're some of the most vocal opponents against this idea or narrative. So it's interesting how this cultural Marxism that's taking over has made strange bedfellows of some groups. The Venn diagram overlaps in certain places with center right and conservative thinkers and independent. You know this very well because you partnered with Peter Boghossian at Portland State to show how atheists and Christians could have these civil conversations.
Yeah.
And I think you probably could say it better, but Peter made the point, we need this debate, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. And he fully supports homosexuality. He says, I think you ought to be able to have sex with whoever or whatever you want. I don't believe in the concept of sin. But this transgender stuff is just insane because it's not grounded in science. So, listen to the science. You can't quote that. You can call people bigots if they disagree with this, but then the response is, look, biology is not bigotry. It's just science. But the school of thought that this comes out of, once again, is critical theory in conjunction with a postmodern milieu, which says that knowledge is a social construct of reality. And that's all knowledge, including your gender. Your gender identity is a social construct.